Hey, you guys, let's go ahead and do a tea leaf reading for you. Tea leaf reading. Spirit, please show me what are the most important messages whoa, okay. Wow. All right. These did land face up. I will take those in a minute. We got the month of October. October could have been important. Something could have happened last October. Your birthday could be in October. You could be a Libra or a Scorpio. Does not have to be. You could be dealing with that sign. Otherwise, we have the vine. Seek out information that will help you. And the fly, a period of ill health and depression. So maybe for some of you in the month of October, or maybe, like I said, you're a Libra or a Scorpio, you've been going through a lot. Okay. You've been going through a lot. Or for a lot of you, it's just started in the month of October and it just feels like it is never freaking ending. It feels like everything is falling apart, or it felt like that, right? And so there's been this period of like, is anything ever going to get any better? Is anything ever going to get any better? We got the flag. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. And we got the horseshoe. So good luck. Yes. Okay. So I feel like this was kind of a test. This is a test to see. Are you going to lower your standards and go back to something that or a way of life that you used to live? Or are you going to succumb to whatever issue that you've got going on around you? Because if you didn't, there is good luck that is coming in for you. And I think it's based off of some type of information or studies. This could even be like I said, health issues. Maybe you've been going through some health issues. And, maybe you were like, well, maybe I should go and take pharmaceuticals. Maybe I should go and do all these things. And really, it's like, are you really going to lower your standards and do all of that where there's going to be major cases of side effects? Like that's one of the, things you're going to have to think about. Or am I going to try and, do the research? Because listen, the reason why pharmaceuticals, they don't work, okay? Yeah, they work at numbing or band-aiding the issue. But when you do herbs really get to the root. That's why you hear like licorice root, dandelion root. This isn't like surface level stuff to where you only take, like with medication, you have to take it on a daily basis, right? Once you get the root into the root of the problem, it may take longer, but it's also going to last longer, okay? Without all the other fucked up side effects that you're going to get. But it's about your will, your will and determination to keep going. So last year, from like August of last year until like May of this year, I went through something that was so extremely horrific that I don't wish upon anybody. And I still showed up. I still did YouTube videos. One of the worst months was the month of February. That was like where I was so fucking just sick. Okay. It was just horrible. And I went to the doctor and I ended up in the ER like 3 times. Okay. Or I ended up in the ER twice and I ended up at a specialist once and none of them could help me. So I ended up doing my own research and I healed myself based off of what I was taking. And it was all supplements because honestly, if you right over here in the corner where that lamp is or lantern that you see, that whole thing is full of freaking nothing but supplements. So you will have good fortune if you're willing to think outside the box. Because month of October is also connected to Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about like the taboo parts of life. So they try to make like herbs and supplements taboo and tell you that pharmaceuticals, herbs are the poison and pharmaceuticals are better for you. Okay. So I am getting that here. Okay. So this is saying like, don't lower your standards. We've got a mountain road. You are on the road to success. See, now we got good luck and good fortune. You've got success. You've been climbing a really steep mountain. It has just felt like I feel like on your way through the mountain, you met up with these vines, right? And have you ever like been out in a forest and like tried to get through it without a machete? Because I'm not really seeing a machete here. Okay, I'm seeing bugs and I'm seeing leaves and I'm seeing this vine here and I'm seeing this mountain here. Like maybe you found a horseshoe and wish you had the horse. Where's the horse? It would have been easier to go through, well, I don't know, horseback. But maybe you had to leave your horse behind. Whatever that means for you. What else do we have here, Spirit, for this? So we got the rainbow. This is awesome. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So even if this isn't like, maybe this is mental health. Maybe, there's a lot of people dealing with like mental health issues. Mental health has been huge. And Scorpio also rules mental health. This has been an upward climb. Maybe this is somebody where you're just like, oh my God, white flag. Like, I know this isn't a white flag, but it's still a flag. And it's like, oh my God, I just need a break. Like, this is depressing. Everything is so like, it's too much. Well, here's your rainbow. So pay attention. Look out for the rainbows. Look out for horseshoes. You may see a horseshoe when you go somewhere. That could be a horseshoe up on the wall. And that's your sign. If you haven't already seen one, you're going to be seeing one. For others of you, this is rainbows. Pay attention. You're going to see rainbows. Maybe on someone's shirt, you're going to see a rainbow. Like maybe you actually see a fucking rainbow. Stop and look at the rainbow. Oh, what do we got here? We got lobster. Okay, financial pinch. That's all right. And it might cost you a little bit. Okay, but listen, it could be worse. And then we got the whale. Great worry over nothing. And then bottom of the deck, the moon changes in your life. So this is about cycles. So this is a cycle that has been maybe ongoing. It's been ongoing and it's really like, I just see like these ups and downs because, the moon rules our emotions, right? Top of the deck, shield. Yeah, you felt like you needed to defend yourself. Maybe you've been having to stick up for yourself and defend yourself, sticking up for yourself to others. There are changes that are coming through. I feel like this fucking, the obstacles and the mountains you've had to climb. It's like once you get to the top of the mountain, you see the rainbow. But it was like the mountain was like covering it. A lot of you guys really, you think about, all right, we've got the whale and the lobster. These are crustaceans, right? Or this is a crustacean. And this is like where maybe once you were hardened, but now what do the whales do? They're asking you to go deep. You've been having to go really deep into some psychological, for some of you, warfare. Some of you, you've had to go really deep when it comes to emotions. Because, when you go through health issues are usually a physical manifestation of something that you've been harboring or holding on to. There's always a physical manifestation of like a hurt or a pain. Like, you think that when you're angry at somebody and you're harboring fucking hatred and anger or... maybe you, like, okay, my dad, for instance, he was in Vietnam and he wouldn't even talk about it. So he ended up passing away. But I believe when he passed away, he had brain cancer, colon cancer, and lung cancer. Colon cancer because he couldn't let it go. Brain cancer because he just mulled around in his head. And lung cancer because he didn't talk about it. So it was respiratory. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like you're going to have to go really deep into the psyche to find out why all of these things are happening. And the more information that you can gather, the better off you're going to be. Especially for those of you who are going through health issues or mental health issues. And it says, life is good. Life is good. Find the good in everything you do. Find the good in just waking up in the morning, having breakfast on the table or lunch or dinner or having a roof over your head or, having a cell phone, having, a friend that you can call, having, people that you can lean on, having, honestly, just breathing this fucking air and being able to look out and see the beautiful trees and the colors. People take that for granted, is being able to see colors. There are people out there who are colorblind who've never gotten to see a color in their life. That's another thing too, is maybe it's like the way that you talk to yourself. Okay, if you keep telling yourself that there's something wrong with you, it's the I am. Saying I am ADHD. I hear that shit all the time. I want to punch you in the fucking nose. Like, seriously, stop it. Stop. I am ADD. I am bipolar. I must be schizophrenic. I am. Like, what the fuck? If you continue to attach to a bullshit diagnosis where all they do is categorize you, then that really is what makes you who you are. I am a victim of my circumstances. I have PTSD. We fucking all have PTSD. Suck it up, Buttercup. Nobody cares that you're over here falling apart. Get your shit together. Get the fucking help that you need. I don't care where you get it from. Do your own research. If you've tried all these other things and they're just not working, then do the research to make sure that you are standing up and protecting yourself, because otherwise they tell you only got a few weeks to live. Then what do? You give up. That's what they're hoping for. Instead, you say, no, this isn't going to be the thing that wipes me out. Next thing you know, man, you're a fucking miracle. You heard of that? Where people become fucking miracles. Like, I lost my fucking mind. Oh God, it was the scariest, most horrific time of my fucking life. It was the worst I have. I've always been one of the strongest people I knew, Yeah, I was weak in some aspects, but man, when I lost my fucking mind, I had spirits attacking me. I had everything coming at me. I had fucking getting fired from a job. I had court cases up the wazoo. Oh my God, it was like fucking terrifying. I have a book that I literally won't even look in from the time that I went through my awakening, because I'm not ready to open that Pandora's box again. I'm not ready to see what I wrote, because it was like multiple, it was horrifying. But then I was like, no, fuck this. Like, this isn't what's going to take me out. And I ended up finding astrology and finding tarot and psychics and all this other stuff. And I was like, holy shit, this resonates. And that's what got me out of it. It was believing something in something that was already within me. It was time for me to wake that side back up. And trust me, I had health issues. Oh my God. I had fibrocystic breast. I had like 30 something cysts. They were taking me in, doing mammograms. They were doing all this shit. No joke. It was one of the scariest fucking times of my life. And now I'm just like, okay, like, holy shit, I can't believe I made it through that. But I made it through that. But everybody else was like willing my demise. I had everybody who knew that I was already losing my mind, and instead of being like, how can I help you? They were doing everything in their power to see if they could hurt me more. So it was when I fully shut everybody out and I locked everyone out. Doctors, therapists, this, that. You're all a bunch of fucking, like, you're not helping. You're hindering. So obviously I got to do this shit on my own. And the moment that I went out and I saw out information, the taboo information, the things that are not seen, the things that are unseen, is when all of a sudden, and I had to go really deep within myself in order to be able to actually get myself out of all these health issues. You know how many times I've been on my deathbed? And then, not because of someone else, but because of my will, I was able to turn it around. So whatever it is, whoever it is that you guys, the moment that you give up and the moment that you attach yourself to a certain fucking illness is the exact moment that that illness is able to take power and precedence over you. And that's usually who wins. Some of you, it's like diabetes, not getting the joy out of life, the sweetness out of life. Eye infections, what is it you're not seeing? Ear infections, what is it that you don't want to hear? respiratory, there's all kinds. Cold sore, who is it you need to tell to fuck off? Cancer, what is it that is eating you from the inside out? Where is the anger coming from? Hemorrhoids, what is it that you need to let go of? What are you holding on to? What are you harboring? Maybe it's grief of the past. That's what this reading is all about. This reading is asking you to change your mindset, you change your energy, you can change your outcome. It may feel like it's been an uphill battle this entire way, but what I want to say is don't give up. Because what I'm seeing is somebody here standing here with their shield, with their armor, and saying, I am ready, I'm here to fight another day. Don't worry about the money. The money is going to be there because that financial pinch. It might cost you a little bit, but that's what I'm saying is don't worry about it. It says financial pinch, don't worry about it. You're going to have everything that you need because that financial pinch also seeks out or has everything to do with the horseshoe, which is good luck. And then the next card is don't worry about it. And you got the rainbow, which is the most difficult part of a situation is over. So maybe for some of you, maybe you do need to file for, or maybe you've been like waiting on paperwork, or maybe you filed back in October and they denied you and it's telling you to file again. Now listen, you guys, this reading is not for everyone. So take what resonates, discard the rest. That is why it is very important that you get a personal reading. I am not a doctor. I am not prescribing anything. I am not fucking, you guys do what you got to do. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's all this is. Okay? I'm going to leave that there. Love you guys all so much. If you're interested in a personal reading, hit me up. Take care.